State Representative Jeffrey Elmore with your weekly session update for July 17th. I missed a weekly session update last week because the week after July 4th was a holiday week for us in the General Assembly. So there was no business conducted during that week, so there was nothing to update last week. And you notice this update is a little bit later than normal. We're doing it on a Saturday, and this is most likely what will happen next week too, because as a full appropriations chair, I'm right in the middle of budget development with the House budget. I've been working 14-hour days, basically going into a room from morning all the way into the night, and the only breaks we get are session itself, looking at all of the different aspects of the Senate budget and developing our House version of it. We are making fast progress because we waited so long to receive the budget from the Senate. We have already been through all of the subcommittees' reports one time to see their initial thoughts with their different sections. So we will be this busy next week too in the budget development. Still busy with things outside of the budget. We had a very active week. We passed 8 bills out of the chamber and 3 were sent to the governor. Some bills that were passed just of interest. HB 71 was called the Living Donor Protection Act. One of our members, Representative Phil Shepard, is actually a donor recipient. He received a kidney from another person, and he was very passionate about this bill. And what this basically does, it protects a donor, a person who has decided to donate one of their organs to someone else, from potential insurance discrimination, and also provide a tax credit for the unreimbursed cost to the surgery to remove their organ that they were giving to someone else, to make sure that when a person makes this choice, they are not making a financial hardship on themselves. This passed with unanimous support. Also in the medical realm, we passed SB 146, teledentistry and RDH administration with local anesthetic. These were some regulation reductions dealing with dentistry, clarifies what teledentistry is and what that should be, and also allows for dental hygienists to be able to give local anesthetic for dental procedures. So it should help lower costs on folks because some of these regulations have gone down. Now, the most controversial thing that we probably voted on this week was HB 951, Modernized Energy Bill. I heard feedback from both sides on this, folks that are for folks that are against, and I think there's a lot of misinformation that is out there. I'll just give you the general premise of what we were trying to do, and you probably received a mail piece in the mail kind of giving these high points on what this bill does and accomplishes. The goal is that it stabilizes the rate structure to where Duke Energy, our utility, can plan for grid improvements, so we don't suffer from blackout situations like they had in Texas due to the weather, or rolling blackouts like they have in California. Another piece of it is that it allows for various uses of energy into the future and really puts an emphasis on 3, natural gas, solar, and nuclear power. Nuclear being the cleanest with emissions. There are some plants that are used by Duke currently that are very small that are still on coal. And currently coal is the highest priced fuel to produce energy. And they were converting these away from coal on a certain timeline. What this allows them to do is move faster with that timeline to convert them to natural gas, which natural gas is the cheapest form of energy to fuel to produce energy currently. So it allows them to speed up that process. Some concerns from both sides was that this will make the rates just go exorbitantly up. We do not feel that way. We think that what this will do is actually stabilize the rates. Also, it gave clear language that you cannot charge a carbon tax in the state of North Carolina. The reason why we're hitting all of these points is there's a total transformation being proposed called the Green New Deal. You've heard that before, out of Washington from the far left Democrats. And all of these things is basically to collapse the energy sector and go solely to wind and solar. Neither one of those are useful in that big of a scale. They can be pieces, but it's just not to that point yet. So we feel like this bill stabilizes that push from Washington, and it helps make sure that our rates are not going to skyrocket because weird regulations that would be coming from the far left and the Green New Deal out of Washington. So it was a tough vote. I did vote for the bill, and I think that it will do good for the state. It now moves to the Senate. Some interesting things on the local level that I wanted to point out. There was an excellent article in the Journal Patriot dealing with the partnerships that were created to reopen the Bluffs restaurant. And I've got one of the stickers from there that's on the Parkway. That was a vision of the original Parkway. Now that it's opened back up, and I was happy several years ago to be able to help with the $350,000 that came from the legislator as a partial contribution to the goal and what it's accomplished. They could not open last year due to COVID, and they've opened back up, and from my understanding, you have to get reservations to be able to eat in this basically timeless restaurant that is so much part of northwestern North Carolina. It's just a embedded experience. I was excited to see an article on that. And I don't know if you get our state, but there was a wonderful article about the founding of Lowe's Hardware in North Wilkesboro. And reading the article, I felt very proud of our community and what we've done, and how it's amazing that a Fortune 50 company started in our little neck of the woods in North Wilkesboro. But that was an excellent article in our state with it. As I said, next week's weekly session update most likely will be on Saturday because of the schedule I'm having to maintain with the budget, and I appreciate sharing with you.